It's been a couple of weeks since I did a video, and some of y'all have started worrying about me. I'm fine. Um, I've just been very busy lately. I've had some vacation time that I had to use or lose, so I've taken 2 days a week off for the month of October and November, and trying to get caught up on some things around here. And I've been working like a dog. So one of the things that I've been doing is trying to clear up my food storage and dehydrating down anything that's approaching its best by date, because Thanksgiving's just around the corner and they always have good food sales on at Thanksgiving. So I wanted to have space for that and a good idea of what I need and what I don't need. And that's what I've been up to. And while I was doing this, I remembered that somebody wanted to know how I built these shelves. Now, I have my food storage in my garage. I insulated my garage door, and after I did that, I found that the garage stayed a good temperature in the winter and the summer without any extra help. And in fact, in the winter, it stays about 50 to 55 degrees out here, which is better than if I had it in the house at 72 degrees. So it's worked out nice having it in the garage, and it's very convenient. And the way that I did it, I have these sections of shelves here, and then I have shelves over here. And what I did was I built these shelves out of 2x4s and chipboard, and I just made a frame out of the 2x4s. This section here is 8 feet long, and I made them 2 feet deep. So I have the pieces of 2x4, I think they were 21 inches long, nailed to the ends. Then I have them at 2-foot intervals. And once I made the frame with the 2x4s, then I put the frame on the floor, and I nailed the corner legs to the frame at the bottom. Then once I had the 4 corners on, then I added the chipboard to the top of the shelf, and then I just moved up to the next section, built another frame. And since I had to do this by myself and didn't have anybody to hold the ends up for me, what I did was I took a scrap of 2x4 and just tacked it right here on the 4 legs, and then I just sat the frame on, nailed the frame to the corner pieces, and then added the chipboard and continued on. And I left enough space on the bottom for totes, and then spaced out my shelves so that I could stack a couple of cases of canning jars on them. And this turned out very well, and I've had them for a couple of years now, and they haven't fallen down, or they're not sagging, so I must have done something right. And it was cheap too, because I'm not sure what the price of lumber is today, but if 2x4s are $3 or less, and the chipboard is $8 or less for each sheet, then this 2x4 foot section of shelving with 5 shelves high would run $77. And I don't think you can beat that with ready-made shelving. And it's you probably end up with a lot more shelving space for your money as well, because having them 2 feet deep, I can get 2 cases of food on each one of the shelves. As you can see, they're packed 2 deep. So there's a lot more food here than you will realize, because like right in this one little space, that's 6 cases of food right there. And I've been able to stack the food, sealing the floor. And these shelves are really carrying a lot of weight. And like I said, they're very sturdy. And it was cheap to build. So that's worked out very well for me. Excuse me. And as far as my method of storing food, I know a lot of people will make a list of exactly what they need for whatever time period they're trying to cover, and they'll keep track of what they've bought and all of that. And I tried it, and it just didn't work out for me because I have so many things going on at one time. I just couldn't keep up with it. So what I ended up doing was breaking everything down into the major food groups. Right here I have all of my fruits, and I can tell at a glance whether or not I have enough fruits. I mean, I'm not really that particular about having, 52 cans of fruit cocktail or 52 cans of peaches. As long as I have, enough fruits, just a variety of fruits, that's good enough for me. And I can tell at a glance that if fruit cocktail goes on sale, I need to get some. And here I have my oils and powdered eggs, things like that grouped together. And up here I have dairy items, and that's the hardest food group to cover in my opinion. Now I have a lot of powdered milk, but it's over here. See, I have shelves over there too with 5-gallon buckets on them. So you can see I've a big mess to clean up around here. I'll be so glad to go back to work. And over here I have vegetables, and down here meats, and here's meats and grains. I have pastas and potatoes, and in the totes I have things like wheat and rice and beans and oatmeal, stuff like that. And just like I said, I keep it broken into the food groups, and I keep it pretty basic. I don't have a whole lot of fancy prepackaged type stuff. It's just the basics, and then I can put together any combination of things that I want to. And here's something that I wanted to mention to y'all. Some time ago, a lady on a forum said that she just got carried away making pickles and needed ideas of ways to use up those pickles. And I told her she needed to eat some potted meat and pickle sandwiches. And she had never heard of this, and neither had anybody else on that forum. And I thought this must be a southern thing, but it turns out it's a poor man's thing. And I grew up on potted meat and pickle sandwiches. And the thing is, you can make 4 sandwiches from a can of potted meat, and they're only 35 cents a can. So if you never tried it, give it a shot. All you do is spread some potted meat on some bread, put some pickles on it. I like bread and butter pickles with it, and it's a good salty, sweet combination. It'll fill you up for cheap. And I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where people treat potted meat like it's a joke, and they just gross out over eating it. It's not bad. It's not as spicy as Spam, and not as bland as Vienna sausages. It kind of falls in the middle, and it's ground up into a spread. And you just have to eat pickles with it. I wouldn't eat it plain either, but give it a try. Like I said, what do you got to lose? 35 cents. So that's how I built my shelves, and that's how I handle my food storage. And it may not be right, but it's what works for me for the moment anyways. So that's what I've been up to, and thanks again for thinking about me. Hope it helps.